Couple of questions for rebroadcast on radio.
Who are you?
With WXRK.
Is that a real radio station?
That's a real radio station.
And your name is? Yeah, okay.
Okay. First question. Is it true you're going to bring the Cosby Kids cartoon series back?
No.
You're not bringing them back? You wouldn't seek endorsement for Slim Fast for Fat Albert?
No, sir.
Not at all, huh?
No.
Have you been fortunate enough to read the best-selling book by Robin Ophelia Quivers?
No, and I don't want to either.
And you don't want to?
No, I've seen enough of that.
Based on the evidence given by the prosecution, you feel O.J. Simpson is innocent or guilty?
I haven't watched anything, and I'll see what happens when they say guilty or not guilty.
And are you a fan of Howard Stern?
No.
Not at all? And you wouldn't appear on his show if he asked you?
I don't know.
You don't listen to Stern?
No.
Okay. All righty. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Anyway, you know, I'm thinking about this Jacqueline Kennedy. And most of the newscasts, I was watching your boyfriend there this morning.
My boyfriend?
Yeah. Troy Roberts.
My friend.
He's a boy, he's your friend. You dated him, didn't you?
Then you're my boyfriend.
I didn't go on no date with you.
You're a boy and you're my friend.
I'm watching your boyfriend this morning. This is not a discussion of whether he's your boyfriend.
Yes, he's not my boyfriend. You were watching Troy Roberts.
I was watching Troy Roberts.
You're trying to have a serious discussion. Shut that up.
You don't watch him early in the morning?
Not often.
No. You don't tune in? Not often. This is a really good-looking guy that Robin. I don't know what happened, but her and Robin and Troy were hanging around for a while.
We still hang around.
Oh yeah.
We're friends.
I think she's.
Have you ever thought about him when you bring out your vibrators?
I would not answer that question.
Okay, that's a yes. I don't blame you. He's a good-looking guy. I could see you really wanting to hustle him into your bedroom.
Roll over for him.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what happened between the two of them. If they're seeing each other, if they get together for casual sex, I don't know what it is. I really don't know, and I don't want to know. Oh, I do want to know.
No, you don't.
What is it, Baba Fohai?
There was like a 3-week window of opportunity between those two where Robin at one point pulled me to the side and said, listen, I might be bringing Troy Roberts to your wedding.
I did?
Yes.
Oh, I don't remember this, you bastard. What are you
You bastard.
You told me that.
Smelly bastard.
All the invites were sent back, all the invitations were sent back, and Robin hadn't sent it back. And I said, Robin, I just want to know, are you coming alone or with somebody?
Yeah.
And she said, well, Troy might have to work that weekend, but if he can't, we might be coming.
Oh, go back to your room, Ganji.
What is it, Ganji?
You know, for all the times you got me, I have to get you.
What is it?
I remember when she first met him,
Yeah.
first day she met him.
Yeah.
There was no one else here in the station that she could talk to, so she comes hopping over to me with the biggest smile on her
when
face.
she's got a story, she hops.
Skipping, like practically skipping. She walks over to me, she goes, I'm in love! And she turns around and walks out.
Really?
It's all out war now.
Oh, man. It's all out war. It's all right. I got his demo tape. Wow.
You just wait till I hear your little tape.
I'm in love.
Oh, it's so funny.
There's love in the air.
Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah, well, I could see why you'd fall for him.
Oh, man.
You gotta have
You gotta know Robin's laugh.
Ganji.
That's the laugh of embarrassment.
It's on. You and me, buddy.
Look at her squirm. What a great sight.
No, can't you get out of here before you lose your ball?
I lose my job.
I made my statement, now I'll leave.
So anyway, regardless of whether he's your boyfriend or not, the point is, I'm tuning in this Troy Roberts, and I'm watching the news. I wanted to see if Jackie O made it through the night.
Yeah.
Because
it didn't look good.
Didn't look good. Plus, I wanted to see who was outside the house holding vigil there.
Yeah.
Boy, Carly Simon looks good. Carly Simon.
So?
Yeah, in that picture in the paper. I mean, I don't know.
I saw her going in yesterday.
She was pretty bad, huh?
She looked like Carly.
Did she?
I mean, we've seen her.
I dig her. She got that big horsey body. I'd like to top on top of her. I don't know. She kind of turns me on in some bizarre way.
Well, I know guys find her sexy.
Yeah. She's like a female Gary with those big teeth. So anyway, no mustache. And great set, right?
Both sets.
Yeah.
Huge jugs, but those choppers just don't stop, man.
No. Choppers that never quit. Anyway. And it was kind of interesting to see who
was going in and out.
Yeah.
I like that.
Robin says Dick Cavett.
Yeah.
Dick Cavett got to visit Jackie O before she dropped dead.
What?
Yes.
I'll bet you he bored her to death.
Oh, you think he was the last person to see her?
Yeah.
I believe it was Zeppelin.
Hey, the doctors came in and went, hey, Jackie O's she's coming back. I'm telling you, she's coming back. She's going to make it. It's not so bad. She's revived. Mr. Cavett, you can go right in. She's feeling much better.
Listen, Jackie, did I happen to tell you about the time that I ran into Mademoiselle Tuckerman at the gala ball?
Oh, there goes Jackie. Oh, my God. You hear that heart monitor going on. All right. Hold on. I can simulate that. Take me a second. He is a networking little bastard, isn't he?
He knows everyone.
Yeah, we'll get him on the horn and see what happened to Jackie O and Dick Cavett.
Oh, no.
Anyway, I'm watching it, and, watching that whole funeral scene and stuff, and I'm waiting to find out if Jackie O died, so I tune in your boyfriend there, and I'm watching him, and he's doing a whole eulogy.
Yes.
For Jackie O, and they're saying they do a piece. Dan Rather voiced it, and Jackie O was the nation's conscience. She was the one. She was the closest to aristocracy in our country.
The closest to having royalty.
The closest to having royalty, and she was graceful. And then I'm reading in the newspaper today, Amy Pagnazzi's column, The Big Women's Liber. Who won't even put on a Wonder Bra to make herself look good. She's in there talking about what grace and style, what a classy woman I said, look at all these phony balonies. Let's take a look at the situation here for a minute, sweetheart.
You'll put it in the right perspective.
Here is a woman who knew her husband was cheating on her, who knew that Marilyn Monroe was up there singing, "Happy Birthday, Mr. President." She knew the whole scene, what was going on.
Yeah.
Had 2 young children, and just stood there and took it. Turned her head like a wimp. Now let's just put history into the proper perspective.
How was she doing the wrong thing at that moment?
And then the second thing, I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay.
Hold on. And the second big item that she did, after this guy gets his brains blown out, she marries a guy for money. She set back women 200 years. What? That's a great example? Yeah. Example. That's great. So the 2 big accomplishments were closing her eyes to the philandering of her husband, the cheating ways of this womanizer, not standing up to him, not saying, what are you doing? What kind of influence are you on our children?
How do you know she didn't say that?
Yeah, she didn't say nothing. Trust me. Yeah.
Kept their mouth shut. Yeah.
I understand that there were troubles in Camelot.
Yeah, troubles. Yeah.
Trouble.
Closed her eyes to it. She should have walked out on the guy. That's a hero. Heroes of Mother Teresa, Joan of Arc, Eve herself.
Who did what?
Who ate from the apple.
Oh.
Not someone who spread her legs for rich guys. Robin.
You act like that's a bad thing. That is a good career move.
Oh, Troy.
Troy.
Oh. I don't want to hear it. You bastard.
You were in love?
No.
I never heard no with so many syllables. No ho ho ho.
No.
Oh, you Santa Claus?
Yeah.
Well, big deal. That's all I got to say.
You didn't tell me what she was supposed to do. You know, you find your
I'll
husband's
tell
got
you.
a problem. What are you supposed to do?
What you do is you say, sweetheart, Jack, we took vows here. Remember those? You're the President of the United States. You're humiliating me as a partner in this thing. You're not treating me with any respect. You treat me like a pig. And I'm walking out on you. That's what you do.
Well, maybe she was trying not to disrupt the country.
Oh, please.
Ever think of that, Mr. Man?
And,
Now, the Onassis thing, I can't help her out on.
And Onassis. And when do you leave Onassis? When he can't get it up anymore.
Get it? What?
What?
I thought he was leaving her. He just happened
He
to
couldn't
die
take it
first.
anymore. He drove her nuts. She drove him nuts.
Die before he could get out.
Yeah. All I'm telling you is, you got to put things in the proper perspective.
Proper modulation.
Proper modulation. It's sad to see Jackie O go because she's all part of our lives.
Fun to
She
have
was fun to have around, but I don't want to read Amy Pagnozzi telling me that this is a great woman in history.
Well, unfortunately, that's what happens when you die. For a few days, people forget the true facts about you. I mean, look at what happened with Nixon. Everybody was.
Yeah. And then everyone came to their senses 2 days later.
2 days later, we're like, wait a minute, that was Nixon.
He's a great man. Me, I'm considered a scuzzball. I'm sitting home there with my wife, being faithful.
You're just jealous.
What?
You're
I'm not
upset
jealous of that.
That Jack went ahead and cheated.
Yeah, and look what happened to him. He took a bullet in the head. Not to mention the act of cowardice as she tried to climb out of that car, not help her husband. All right, I'm not even going to bring that up because maybe, maybe under the gunfire.
You might have run too.
I doubt it. The way I behaved in Nam, it was exemplary. under enemy gunfire. But look.
Not everybody's Princess Di and can be a hero.
I wonder who will get her valuable items like the souvenir headpieces that she...
Cut?
Because didn't she climb into the back of the car trying to collect pieces of his head?
Put them in her pocket.
Yeah, she put it in her pocket.
You think she still has those?
Oh, yeah. That's not something you give up. Those are valuable.
I'm sure she's going to leave those to the children.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's the point, Robin. Let's put history in its proper perspective. You with me? Good. Yeah.
It was so funny to me that Ted Kennedy, I saw him making a statement to the press, and every time he talked to the press, he said, "Thank you all for observing Jackie's privacy or respecting her privacy."
They're all there in front.
50,000 reporters.
Caroline Kennedy couldn't even get out of the car to see her mother.
Yeah.
There were so many reporters. She looked like a deer in headlights.
I know. It was absolutely horrible. That's what I thought was disgraceful, that these people who were coming to see their mother and their sister and their aunt or whatever for the last time had to run a gauntlet of cameras and lights.
Amy Pagnozzi will write the most horrible obituary for me when I go.
Oh, boy, I can't wait to see.
That son of a bitch, misogynist. What am I? I'm not a misogynist. I'm with the same woman 20 years.
You know what? Maybe you ought to fake your death just so you can get to read it.
Yeah. Wait till the next ratings. That's my next thing. After I win the governorship, and I'll fake my own death.
That's how you get out of it.
Yeah. Amy, thank you for respecting Jackie's privacy. Meanwhile, it's daylight outside from the flash bulbs.
How could he? I said, obviously he's saying that sarcastically. He said it every time he's come out here.
Obviously, he's not rational. They should remove him from the Senate. He's like, dude, you're surrounded by reporters.
You think this is privacy?
I don't know. Yeah, it was weird. He's a weird guy. Pieces of his nose are missing.
It was so lit up. You could see everything wrong with his face. It was so
There were so many lights you could see every chunk of his nose that was missing.
There was so much happening on that face.
Oh, my
God. His nose
God.
looks like a raspberry.
And I like that young woman he's married to who's kind of hot. And she's like, it's like, she looks like she's in shock.
It really looks like he's babysitting.
Yeah.
Well, look at the startled look on her face. Maybe she hadn't seen him in the light.
Yeah, I thought, you know what happened? There was one picture I saw, I said, boy, Caroline Kennedy looks really good. And then they said, that's his wife.
Yeah.
I said, oh, Caroline Kennedy don't look that good.
Caroline looks good.
What can I do for you in Cleveland?
Well, I was hoping that when you win the governorship of New York,
Thank you.
that then you will come over to Ohio.
And win there.
Oh, hell yes.
Yeah, I'm thinking of doing
I'm
that.
the governor of every state.
You can just start, like, going from state to state.
Hey, speaking of our trip to Cleveland, we still have details to work out. We think we're going to be there June 10th. That looks like the day. We're going to go around Cleveland in some kind of bus.
Or car or something.
Or car.
I know that Richie stopped in the hall the other day and said something about the car the president was in when he toured Cleveland.
Yes, we will be.
The Yugo.
Yeah, we're going to be in the Yugo. Yeah, we want to show that we're, we're not wasting money on gas.
We're of the people.
Yeah. And we want to show we're one of you. So the thing is that we're going to, go around and make various stops to listeners' homes and things like that and have some fun. And then we'll make one final stop where all the audience can meet with us. And, of course, we can have one big party and, hold our funeral.
It's going to be great because we're going to go out like a day and a half ahead of time.
Yeah. It's going to be Woodstock in Cleveland.
Oh, yeah.
Cleveland's been waiting for a big event like this because I think we should have some music groups and stuff like that. We should have performers. I think we should make it almost like...
That's what they want to do. That's what Cleveland wants to do, make it like a concert event.
Yeah. And get that guy from Pearl Jam show up.
Eddie Vedder?
Yeah. And Soundgarden.
Anything in Cleveland. You're all we have up
Leslie
here.
West says he wants to come.
He can't. He's going to be in Europe.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, too bad.
He wanted to come.
Grab Meatloaf and bring him up.
Yeah, okay. Get some Meatloaf.
You are the only good thing that's in Cleveland right now.
Oh, thanks.
You and the nude bars.
Yeah. A lot of our audience feels that way.
Got a lot of nude bars?
I work at one. And I'll tell you what, all the dancers listen to you and they love you.
Well, thank you. Tell them I'll be coming.
So will they when you get there.
Good.
We got to go visit that Playboy Centerfold.
Yeah, we're going to be stopping off and visiting her. Well, she should be part of our entourage. Now, we have one problem to work out, Robin. As you know, we have to fly to Cleveland.
Yeah.
And we can only take a certain amount of people because the radio station is on a budget. They can't fly everyone who ever did the show. And, of course, we've heard from everyone who ever did the show who considers themselves a part of the show and wants to go with us. Mm-hmm. So, of course, me, you, Jackie, not necessarily Fred. He doesn't have to come. But me, you, Jackie, and, Gary.
Put Fred on the list.
All right, put Fred in the list.
Stuttering John.
Billy
West, and Scott Salem, I put on the A-list. Because those are guys you got to have there.
Right. We have no choice.
Now...
We have no choice on Scott? No choice on Scott?
No choice.
All right. Now,
I'll just start reading your names, and you can A and B them if you want.
All right. Now, what I will do, Robin, is put an A or a B next to them.
If they're an A, you're definitely going.
Right. Now,
if you're a B, what?
For B, you might be going, but you might have to drive yourself.
Well, you're on standby. We have to see how many are on the A list.
All right.
And then we'll start taking, the first of the Bs.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'm just going off a list that we use for Albany. So, Mike Ganji.
The intern?
Yeah.
What'd you say, sir?
No.
All right, no.
So that's B?
He's a B.
That's A, B, or no?
That's a no.
That was a no.
No, that's an N.
Now, why do you say no, sir? You have no desire to see Mike Ganji?
Oh, no, I like the women.
Yeah.
Hang around
But wait a minute. We need people to help us, too,
No, they can help the women.
The women will carry us.
Yeah, what are you saying? Women can't help?
Maybe we should just put all the women on the A list and then just see if there's any room for anybody.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
No, you see, I don't know what your needs are. We're going to need some people there to help us. So,
okay. Like Ganji and Gorilla.
I like those guys, but I don't see them as being A-list.
Okay, we're going to put them on the B
We
list.
don't take them to California.
Okay. Right.
Ronnie the limo driver.
Now, listen, I love Ronnie, but I have yet to figure out what Ronnie does when he goes on these trips with us.
I'm going to put him on the B
Robin,
list.
you decide. To me, he's an A-list guy.
Definitely a B guy.
Yeah.
He's a B-lister.
Okay. These next four, I'm going to...
We need people who are on the air with us.
Okay, these next four I'm going to group
But,
together.
Ronnie, I voted for you to be on the A-list. Robin is the one.
I'm the hatchet man.
Yeah.
I have to do the dirty work.
Thanks. I got to be in the car with that guy every day.
Okay, you ready?
He's still convinced he should go to California with us.
I know.
One thing is Ronnie's pretty good at strip shows, and we'll be hitting a lot of strip shows.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm with you. I would love to see him there, but Robin's an ogre.
That's true.
He's on the bees. We'll see how many places we have.
All right, go ahead.
These four I'm going to list together.
Except for we don't want to bring anyone.
Elaine Marks, Heather Barrett, Debbie Tay, and Elena Beastie.
Now, first of all, Heather Barrett didn't show up the last time.
Right, but we can always ask her again.
Nah.
Wow, what do you mean, nah?
If she didn't show up, she screwed you over
You
once.
don't even know who she is.
Yeah, you're just saying no to everyone.
Do you know who
No,
she
I
is, sir?
think you should bring Tempest.
I'm getting to her.
Hey, don't yell at the guy. He's just trying to help,
He
Gary.
doesn't know what's on your
She's
list.
going
We gave him a
no.
vote.
But she says no to everybody.
Yeah, but it's interesting to see who he wants to see. He told you who he wants to see. Well, listen, Miss Howard Stern 1994
Yes.
will whine and whine and whine if we say no.
But there's another way to look at this, too.
Go
There
ahead.
are some people that are going to get there whether or not we bring them. If we don't bring Miss Howard Stern,
She'll
she's
get
coming.
there. Yeah, she'll get there with that husband of hers.
I have yet another angle.
Yeah.
The angle is that we either call them or get them down here and find out what it is they will do to come. Like when we get there, if you have something
okay.
wild you need them
You
to
know
do.
what? Now you think I'm like a
you
producer.
have a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, I like that.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so here's what you do. You take all those girls, Miss 1994, Heather Barrett,
But currently they're on the B list, working their way to an A.
any girls who want to come with us have to tell us what they're going to do.
Let them audition.
Let them audition.
Yes, they have to perform.
When they're on stage in Cleveland.
And even Miss Howard Stern, I know you're listening, but I know that you are Miss Howard Stern.
That's
I
correct.
know you wear the crown, but everyone's got to be equal.
Stop
she should
resting on your sash.
You don't rest on your sash.
Because I know that she feels that she should get sort of a gimme because she is Miss Howard Stern.
Well, in a way, she must be considered because she
absolutely.
did win the title Miss Howard Stern.
But remember, we're not in a bus with a car following behind us. We're walking up and down the aisles of that plane staring at her husband and her kid.
No, her husband and
there
her
is no
kid
husband.
are not on the plane. I'm not dealing with it.
He'll drive. Okay.
He'll drive behind the plane.
Yeah. He'll rent a plane.
Baggage compartment.
Because he's so jealous of her. I mean,
So-
he doesn't want to be out of her sight in a minute.
She claims that they've worked it all out.
Yeah.
The next trip she can go without him.
Well, I don't even know if I want to know about that.
Okay, Fred the Elephant Boy. Now, even Doug Podell put him on the A list.
Fred the Elephant Boy is an A-list person as far as I'm
He's,
concerned.
he's funny.
Everyone loves to see Fred the Elephant
yeah.
Boy.
He comes through every time.
He sure does. He always delivers, Robin. True?
That is absolutely true.
All right, he's on the plane with us.
Fred is a team player.
Now, if we could find a good-looking girl who talked like Fred, that would be unbelievable.
Oh, man.
Now, will Super Agent Don Buchwald be joining us?
That is his decision.
Okay.
And I can certainly, I can't certainly speak for him. But I'll tell you one thing. I don't know why we'd have him.
He should take a
he
girl's
could-
seat, Howard.
If he wants to come, couldn't he pay for his own ticket?
You call him and tell him that. Yeah.
That was a question.
Well, Robin, we hardly pay the guy, so.
Maybe we ought to give him a trip.
Right.
Okay. Now, there's Kathy, our assistant. That
He only
works on-
takes 10%.
That's right.
What do you
And that's a
want?
mere pittance
Yeah, pittance.
for what we make.
Oh, I wish I had that 10%. I could have retired by now. All right, go ahead.
Kathy, our assistant that works on the show,
I love Kathy.
who I believe that we need for, in terms of helping us out. You need somebody there that can keep it.
She was did you find her very valuable
Incredible.
on the Albany trip?
Yeah,
Incredible.
Gary did because Gary didn't have to do anything.
Aha.
Of course.
Once again.
Once again, alive. All right.
Okay, the K-Rock people like Peggy Panache, Tom Chisano, and Richie Hervey, they won't be joining us. Is that
No.
correct?
Thank God.
Peggy, do you need Peggy?
I need it,
I
but
know
not in the way you're thinking.
I know.
Well, they have a promotions person who
Yeah.
knows Cleveland.
I believe they have a
better than-
coordinator.
I don't think Peggy would come if we
Yeah.
begged her.
And quite frankly, Tom is a real party poop.
Why would we bring the principal with us?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really need him there.
Do we need Larry Ratzos?
Bad enough we're going to Cleveland.
Right.
I don't need. I don't need Tom.
Unless we could lose him there somehow.
Do we need Larry Ratzos Sloman?
Well, Ratza will tell you we do because he claims that he's like, I need to observe because.
Is he the historian of the show?
Yeah, like the historian of the show, but I'm not buying that anymore. I saw Mr. Historian on the last trip. Yeah.
All right. I know the answer to
There's
this.
a great sleaze element, though.
He's great. Ratzo, I love him, but don't forget, we can only get so many tickets out of Cleveland.
Let's save the spots for.
Let me ask you something. If I said to you, Tempest is now coming up on stage, guys,
I'd
or I
say
said
Larry
to you,
who?
Larry Sloman is coming up on stage,
He does.
who would
What
care?
you,
That's right.
All right.
what would you want to see?
Yeah.
I take
Tempest.
I take it you will be traveling with your makeup person, correct? We need him.
Well, absolutely. I have to look my best.
Ralph has to go?
Well, maybe he can drive there. How far a ride is it to Cleveland? Is it 9 hours?
Couldn't you
think
teach
so.
Larry
Yeah.
Sloman
He
to
can
dress
start
too?
now.
Yeah, let him start driving
Stop
now.
him from
Robin's onto
starting
something.
early.
After my Tonight Show appearance tonight, just let him start getting in the car and go over and wait for us. He's got a whole month to get there.
Now, Mr. Stern, will you be bringing your personal security, or will we be hiring locally?
Personal.
Oh.
That's 5 people.
Yeah.
Local. Local.
Okay, now here's where we really get into some big decisions. Captain Janks.
No.
I'm with this guy.
Okay, he's on the B list. Kenneth Keith Kallenbach.
Yes.
King of All Messengers.
Where are you getting these names from? Why would we bring King of All
These
Messengers?
are all people that came to Albany. I'm just giving.
He came to Albany, but he wasn't on our bus.
Just giving you options. They said to give him an A and a B list. Didn't mean we have to bring everybody.
You better make a D list.
Okay.
King of All Messengers. I'm gonna stop traveling with kooks.
Well, of course, we want some to come with us.
Well, some, but what does he do?
You've got the Elephant Boy.
Melrose Larry Green.
Oh, I'm not going on a plane with him.
You know what? He'll find his way there.
Yeah, I mean, he's fun, and I love having him on the air, but I'm not traveling on a plane with him. Because he'll drive me crazy.
All right, so that's everybody right now. Now we.
You know what? You throw a party, they will come.
Exactly.
All right. You don't have to sit
And
there.
that's the whole beauty of them, that they make their way there themselves.
Yeah, then they're not kooks if they don't. What kook would free up his whole day to come to Cleveland and be with us from New York?
3 days.
3 days.
A day each to drive.
All right.
Back and forth.
Yeah, a normal person would get on a plane and come with us. A kook will get there on their own.
Right.
I'll tell you what, you guys are going to rock Cleveland.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Now, Howard, we ought to think about some people that aren't on this list now. These are just people we're thinking about. Is there anybody that you have thought of that you would like to bring with you?
Yeah,
oh, yeah. Bring her.
Bring her. That was a nudie show.
You work in a bar, dude.
Yeah, but hey.
Robin, I can tell you that, having worked on this show, no matter how much you see it, it's just never enough.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, you don't play where you work.
I got to hang up on this guy. Thank you for the call. He just got on my nerves. I'd like to bring Heather Locklear with us. Is that possible? And Troy Roberts for Ron.
Oh.
See, I'm always thinking
You're going
of
to make my life unbearable.
Want to bring Troy?
No.
Let's just invite him up here.
Well, let's have him on the show.
No, I don't want to do this show.
You might want to do Dial-A-Date.
Sure, I'm sure he needs a
Yeah, like
date.
Robin wants to watch him date. Bad enough she's got a hard on for him.
Oh, please, I do not.
All right.
Yeah.
Skipping around here acting silly.
I was playing for Ganji.
Oh, I see. All right, let me take a break, and then we got to play Fafa Fooey, Madonna's sister.
She may or may not be down here today.
Oh, you're kidding. Then I don't want to play it if she's down here.
Of course, there's no way to know. I mean, she called me twice this morning and said she was on her way down. But
really?
You can't really get her. You can't get her to commit to anything.
All right, why don't we just take a break and just let's do our thing with Madonna's sister.
All right.
Hello, Leroy. Hold it a second, Robin. I got to dig some Whitey's on the moon. If you'll excuse me. This is how I know. People say, Howard, how do you know so much about black people? Well, not only did I grow up in a black neighborhood, but whenever I need a refresher course, I listen to Gil Scott-Heron records. To do with anything.
I don't know. They lock in some of these things just floors me.
I mean, Whitey's on the moon. I mean, I feel bad his sister got bit by a rat, even though I think he's making that up.
But what's the space program got to do with it?
Yeah, I mean, in other words, if we took all the money from the space program and gave it to him, then his sister wouldn't have to be bit by rats?
Yeah, I guess.
I say get off, get that bad bongo player out of there and put a band together.
Get your sister a job in the band.
You want to rap, get a female singer or something.
Get your sister a job in the band. Why
Right.
is she out of work when you have a band?
This is a guy with a recording contract.
Yeah.
Why can't he get his sister out of the ghetto?
What's a rat doing biting your sister?
No, Whitey's got to finance his sister getting out of the ghetto. Should we take all that money and just build free housing for his people?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, okay.
We don't need a space program. We need housing.
But every time we build housing projects, everybody who moves into them tears them up, pees all over the floor, puts bad graffiti all over the place.
Turns them into crack dens.
Yeah.
Guts them.
There's always been ghettos. But people take pride in where they live. I'm not building another ghetto slum so that you guys can mess it up. Whitey's moving to the moon.
You can have this place.
Yeah, you're going to have the whole damn planet soon. Why do you think we keep flying there? Checking it out, seeing what's doing.
We're developing.
Yeah. I'm building a condo on the moon. It's the only place to go to escape.
No, this is that same Jesse Jackson logic.
Yeah, I know. I hate that. You got to sort of, just sort of got to get into the free enterprise. Got to escape from Earth, man.
Well, if it's so bad here, maybe he should be in favor of the
right.
space program.
If he wants to get rid of all the white people, let them all go to the moon.
Or he should go to the moon.
Right. Either way, we can work it out. Send Gil Scott Heron to the moon.
He should be happy about the space program.
Or send Whitey to the moon. I'll volunteer to go either place.
I wonder why he's up in me. Because Whitey's on the moon? Well, I was already giving him $50 a week, and now Whitey's on the moon.
I don't get that line.
I don't know why he's up in me because Whitey's on the moon. The guy's raising his rent because
cool.
Whitey's on the moon.
All right.
And now he doesn't know why he's up in him because Whitey's on the moon.
Oh. But you're really into this stuff. The audience for this is a live concert. My sister done got bit, damn it. It ain't but listen to me. I like those bongos. We got any bongos? Did we used to have a set of bongos?
We had a set. What happened to them?
Yeah, maybe I could get into some...
We threw this away a long time ago, but I can get you a bongo.
Really?
An electronic bongo.
It
works just as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there you go. Hey, well, Whitey on the moon. You know what, Fred? I think that's a little monotonous, that one. I want to get my own bongos.
Okay.
The audience yelling Whitey on the moon. See? You see how you get everyone riled up with these songs?
Well, look at what happened with that CUNY professor.
Right.
They said people were applauding while he was carrying on about Russian Jewry and a plot against blacks.
I know. That's, you get that bongo thing going and you put an audience in front of people, they seem legitimate. Whitey's on the moon, but he's got problems. Well, maybe Whitey wants to put, chip in some dough to see what's going on in the moon. What the hell's wrong with that? How about getting behind that space program?
To Whitey on the moon.
Super. I got hair I can't do nothing with.
And Whitey's on the moon.
And Whitey on the moon. And my mother runs a 3-card Monte game. But Whitey is on the moon. Amos and Andy out on videotape, but Whitey's on the moon. Hey, Fred, let me have that bongo, man. Anytime soon. Oh, I'll forget it. Too much hassle.
Did you see what this Jeffries had said in some of his classes?
What, that professor?
Yeah. This isn't the speech he gave. This is what he would talk about in the classroom. Ask what he thought.
Wait, I'll bongo. I'll bongo to what he said.
All right. You want it?
Michael Jordan makes $40 million a year. And Whitey's on the moon. But I'll bongo for you if you want.
Okay, go ahead.
We're setting them up. Fred's got to go through a whole process to get these bongos going. You know he doesn't like to rush. He's very precise. Look how precise he is. Thank you, man.
All right, we ready?
Whoa. Why can't we get a long record for this? We go through this all the time. Same thing every day. What do you got there, Gary? You got bongos too?
Yeah, this is.
That's a bongo? Oh. I don't know. I don't know if I
what
like
the
those.
other one is like. Oh, that's a regular old drum set.
Wait, they must have a bongo on here. They don't have a bongo on here, Fred. You're kidding. You didn't look to see if there was...
No, I just think it's a drum set.
That's kind of like a bongo.
Yeah, that could be a bongo.
All right, I could live with that. I like to hum on it, too.
I was going to say. Why is that there?
Dinkins leaves his car engine running, and Whitey's on the moon. Gary's haircut make him look like he take it in the seat.
And Whitey's on the moon.
And Whitey is on the moon. What'd that guy say, the professor?
All right. Asked what he thought we should do about white people. He responded, if I had my way, I'd wipe them off the face of the earth. And Whitey's on the moon.
And Whitey's on the moon. This guy, that's a city professor. Don't we pay his salary?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, explain to me what a city college is. I'm not even sure I
It's a
understand.
college funded by the city of New York. It's the City University of New York.
Why do we have to pay for that? Why do we pay for that?
Because it is the responsibility of...
What, of me to make sure that people can go to school, all those lame brains who can't get into regular college?
Well, basically, every state has a state university system.
Eliminate all state universities. Our tax dollars are way too high. Whitey's on the moon.
White people are biologically inferior to African people, and Whitey's on the moon.
Fred cannot plug in a bongo machine, but Whitey is on the moon.
Actress-singer Diana Ross is the international whore who runs around with all those white men just to get more money. And Whitey's on the moon.
And what's with this guy? Why do we have city universities? That is such a joke. First of all, you ever see the retards that go to city universities? That's the 13th grade. And Whitey on the moon.
O.J. Simpson and those faggots, Prince, Michael Jackson, and Billy D. Williams.
Yeah? Hey, you better give this to me. I better do it Gil Scott Heron style.
But
and
he really
Whitey
doesn't say much about them except to call them names.
Oh, I see. And Whitey on the moon. All right, what else you got?
That's it. That's all I've got. Nice guy.
This is called Sex Education Ghetto Style. I was doing it.
What's he talking about?
I don't know.
I don't dig that one.
All of this is just bongo music.
We deal in
Yeah.
too many
It's this guy mouthing off to bongo music.
external.
Oh, man.
That's a pretty good gig. Who's they record for? That was like on a real record label.
I don't think he's recording for anybody.
Well, not now. Back then they used to put out goofy records like this. I think he was on Reprise.
Really?
Same label as Rick Ocasek. They really know how to pick winners. Where are the rest of my musicians? On the moon? Whitey is on the moon. What happened to the flute player? It kind of sounds like it, doesn't it?
Sort of.
Yeah. That's a whole album of that.
Oh,
That goes on a whole album.
I would like to know the people who bought it.
Hey, you want to rap to the news? I could, you know.
Thank you, no.
Thank you. Good night, everybody. All right, here we go. Hey, how'd I do that?
Did you hit a button?
Yeah, listen to that. Whoa. Thank you. I love a big, huge, fat, white ass on a woman. An ass the size of the moon. But white is on the moon. The cops who beat Rodney King had a better beat than me on these bongos. But Whitey's on the moon. And this for Star Search? All right, you better get this machine away from me. Oh, man. Get a headache from it. Can I take a phone call, Fred? And then we'll do some news? All right. Some commercials, and then we'll go do the news right after these words.
Who's this?
That sounds like Metallica, actually.
Yes, you've got
I thought so.
Yeah.
I'm beginning to recognize them.
Yeah, they're good.
They are headlining Lollapalooza this summer.
Yeah. Hold on a second. This is making noise.
They're making lots of noise.
Yeah, what are you going to do? That's the price of technology. How's that, better?
For that price, it could be quiet.
I know. I don't know why that laptop makes so much noise. I guess it just does a lot of crap, so it's just got to make a lot of noise.
I don't think they thought about it being on the air.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, that thing makes a lot of noise. Listen. All right.
What are you doing?
One second. Ow. Listen to that.
Yeah, it's loud.
That's my computer. It's cool. I bet you have cancer of the testicles.
I think the things that they launched the space shuttle with are quieter.
I keep that thing in my lap, too. God knows what it's doing. I don't think I'd be having any more children.
You don't need birth control anymore.
It's a good thing I had my 3. I'm sure I would have had sons if I didn't use a laptop. Probably destroyed half my male sperm. So, hey, good morning, everybody. What's happening? In fact, I went to the doctor the other day because I'm growing a 3rd nut.
Oh, stop it.
Hey, you know. Hey, but at least I can log on to the internet anywhere I want.
You're always connected.
I logged on to the internet last night just to see what Rosie O'Donnell and Dennis Miller and that imbecile director who can't have hits anymore, John Landis, were saying about me. I'm going to fix all 3 of them. Don't worry. They'll rue the day. Ask Sally Jesse Raphael. Yeah, I'll be talking a lot about them. It's funny, too, because I was feeling pretty positive about Dennis Miller. I really like him as a comedian. You know, I think he's pretty funny, but, I mean, maybe I'll start telling, like, just the interns and how he treats them and on our show when he used to come and do the show and how everybody hated him and called him a dick.
Yeah, you're bad, but
yeah,
he's wonderful.
Yeah, and about all his failed television experiences that he thinks people... He thinks he's really hot now because he won an Emmy for the HBO show. His show doesn't have 3 viewers. Take a look at the rating on it. It wasn't on HBO. Doesn't care though. You know
you know, 3 viewers is good for them.
Yeah, they don't care. What do they care?
They never know how many people are watching.
Yeah, and John Landis, who keeps trying to find comedians in comedy movies, has lost his edge completely because he's an old fart who can't figure out anything. Ever since he chopped that kid's head off and that actor's head off in Twilight Zone, the movie, he just hasn't been the same. He's another wise ass who wishes he was directing my movie. But can't admit it. And Rosie O'Donnell's just a fat pumpkinhead who sucks. I don't blame her for mouthing off, because I mouthed off about her, so she's probably trying to fight back. But
yeah. These other two.
Yeah.
Where do they come from?
Yeah.
Sneak attacking.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. One time we made fun. One time we called Dennis Miller on the phone and tried to do something interesting with him, and Gilbert was pretending to be like a pedophile about his young son. Gee, that's horrible. You know, it was really offensive. No sense of humor. Even Gilbert said to me, God, that guy has no sense of humor, Dennis Miller.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a comedian.
Yeah. No comedian. It's like Chevy Chase has no sense of humor about himself. Guy can't even laugh at himself. So takes himself so goddamn seriously. Hey, you want to hear, before we get into George Hamilton trying to desperately latch on to my fame.
Yeah.
It's
not really a publicity stunt.
Yeah, no, not at all. I don't see him down here fighting me. The guy was pissed off. Why does he come down? He's been in New York a couple of times. Come on down and punch me out.
Anywhere near you,
No. Want to hear Steve Allen? This is really funny. You got to hear this. I've never played this for you.
Steve Allen, what does Steve Allen do?
Well, it's funny you asked that. As far as I can tell, Steve Allen had a TV show
100 years ago.
100 years ago for about 2 years. That was like The Tonight Show. And he would have people come on and tell jokes and just sing and stuff, and he would just sit there. Mm-hmm. And sometimes he would participate in a bit, but he'd be the straight man.
Right. He would read the questions they told him to ask.
In other words, Steve Allen did a radio show on TV, but a lame radio show. That's what he did for 2 years.
But since there was nothing else on,
right,
it probably got a lot of viewers.
There was nothing on, so he had some decent amount of viewers, but he had to leave because it was too, he was too important a player in Hollywood to just be on some dumb TV show.
Yeah, and he left to do what?
To do nothing. He's done nothing ever since. He's written books criticizing people. He's done nothing. So now he's this old man who walks around with the world's worst toupee. Him, Burt Reynolds, and Charles Grodin run around.
Who's worse, Charles Grodin or Steve Allen?
Well, Steve Allen is actually worse. He's got this big, it looks like a knit cap he's wearing on top of his head.
It looks like a nest.
Yeah, and he's got big, because we've interviewed him a couple of times. He came on the show. He never had a problem with me. He came on, he sat there and did interviews. And
more than once.
Yeah. And then we stopped having him on because who cares about Steve Allen? Once you realize he's done nothing.
Yeah, once we couldn't figure out what he'd done.
We had him on because we thought it was funny because he wrote the TV Guide theme song.
And we used to goof on that.
Yeah. And then the guy he claims to have written 300,000 songs, but nobody's heard any of them.
That's the big hit.
Yeah. And, anyway, Steve Allen, doesn't get on radio shows or TV shows anymore because he's irrelevant. So now he's on a college radio station, and I want to thank WFMU in East Orange, New Jersey, the Dory and Devon show. She was interviewing Steve Allen on the phone because,
they are desperate for anybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's a college station.
Doing college radio.
They wanted me to make it clear.
What?
They used to be a college station. Now they're listener supported.
Oh, they are. All right, so they were college affiliated, Everybody's trying to be something they're not.
Yeah, they don't want that college moniker.
Right.
Bad.
Whatever. It's the station is WFMU. I don't know where they are on the dial, but they're probably to the left of us somewhere. There's about 5 stations to the left of us. Those are, considered college-type stations or public radio stations. Stations that don't make money.
Listener supported.
Right. Which is fine. So anyway, Steve Allen is now going on listener-supported stations. And, she asks about me, and, he goes into his rant about me, how I'm talentless and stuff. But, of course, I've been more successful than him. I've had a career that spanned 20 years. He has no career. And now he's reduced to going on college radio stations and spewing off stuff about me.
Do you listen to things, I suppose you know of Howard Stern. There's an example of a radio person who's very shock-oriented.
Yes, I'm afraid that's all Howard has to offer the world is shock. And there's certainly no talent there. And I don't think that if Howard heard that I said that, he'd be in the least offended. I don't believe he would ever describe himself as talented. He just figured out a way that he could never work as a stand-up comedian.
Well, that's the big thing with him. Now, of course, Steve Allen has never been a stand-up comedian. Yeah. He could never work as a stand-up comedian. Well, why would I want him? Most stand-up comedians, the way I see it, are all trying to get out of it. They go on the road for 2 years, and then they start screaming if they don't get a sitcom or something.
Maybe Steve is thinking you could never have been on his show because he was already the guy who wasn't the stand-up comedian.
Oh, I see. As far as I can tell, he sat there behind a desk and interviewed people.
Yeah, Louis Nye.
Yeah. Oh, Howard? You mean because my medium's radio, I'm not a comedian? Because I do 4 or 5 hours of original programming every day. Steve's got a problem with like Steve was any different.
Yeah.
An actor or anything.
He's not an actor or anything, but I've got a major movie deal with Paramount.
That's the only thing he understands. People who come to him because they have talent.
Right. He can't put me in one of his stupid categories that fit tightly under his wig. I think that wig is too tight on his head and it's restricting the blood flow. You mean you only have talent in Steve Allen's eyes if you can go up and do stand-up comedy? Well, that lets out about 90% of the world.
No, only if Steve can figure out a way that he doesn't have to do anything while you're there.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Wasn't Steve Allen the guy who sat there while like other guys came on and were funny?
Right. I mean, Jose
Louis Nye.
Jimenez, and Louis Nye, and
the guy from the Andy Griffith Show, Don Knotts.
Right. All those guys who Pat, what's his name?
Pat Harrington.
Yeah, all those guys were funny. He sat there.
Yeah.
But he just found his own little niche and discovered that there is now quite a depraved, mostly youthful audience.
Mostly youthful. Of course, she's mostly youthful. Of course, I'm the number one 25 to 54-year-old performer. But
they're all depraved, Howard. Well, we ought to just pack up and leave the country.
Yeah. So anybody who listens to this show is depraved.
A lot of depraved people out there.
Which does not bode well for the future of our society, by the way.
Right.
Who actually would prefer that to the McNeil-Lehrer report. And
Steve, most of the world prefers anything to the McNeil-Lehrer report.
McNeil-Lehrer is very entertaining.
Yeah, that's really great. They're comedians. They can't do stand-up.
It's back to that Hamlet and mud wrestling contrast again. I wish Howard good health, but he's not good for the American mind.
Well, I suppose he's a smart businessman in his way because he's found his niche, as you say.
Yeah, I'm afraid there's an audience, there's a market for that. There's also a market for cocaine and heroin and tobacco and a lot of things that kill.
Jealous much?
Oh, man.
What's the matter, Steve? You haven't found your niche? He found his niche and he left it after 2 years because he thought he had another niche. And it turned out he was...
There's a guy who, thought a little too much of his skills, whatever they were.
Yeah, he couldn't evaluate himself, but he could evaluate everyone else. He's actually written whole books evaluating stand-up comedians.
Yeah.
And this guy isn't even...
Still hasn't gotten on the stage to tell a joke.
No. If he did, it would bomb. Big bore. Must be tough for him. It ended 40 years ago. You know what I mean? That's a long time to wait for something to happen.
A lot of time to think.
Speaking of guys who have done nothing, George Hamilton is next up, and I'll play you this ridiculousness. This guy is so desperate. That show's about to go off the air, and I guess he's latched on to something that'll get him on Entertainment Tonight. He keeps ragging about me.
Right. That's all he can do, I guess.
Yeah. We're not even sure why he's upset. He's apparently upset. He claims that I've somehow insulted the wife.
Yes, but every time they played a clip, it was you talking about George.
Yeah, I was talking about how sexy she was, and how I'd do her.
You called him names.
Yeah, I made fun of him, not her.
But he's claiming he's upset about the way you talk to her.
Yeah, sure. If he was so upset about her, what was he divorced from her?
Why'd he leave her?
Yeah. Let's take a break, and then we'll listen to that piece of nonsense. And I got a ton of stuff for you today. People stopping by. It's a very busy show today. Hang on, everybody. Right. Hang on. We'll be back after this.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. More after this. 97.1 The Eagle.
6:35 at The Eagle. This is Brad Baxter. Eagle. It's 6:38 at 97.1 The Eagle. This is Al Michaels. Lest anybody think this is a farcical show, a fake performance, this is the real Howard Stern.
George Hamilton. Okay, so this is kind of pathetic and sad, and you almost feel bad for the guy. I mean, I would feel bad for him if he hadn't been part of the Imelda Marcos regime. That I can't forgive anybody for, but it's sort of sad that this guy got a talk show, and he got a talk show from Reicher.
Really? Is that who did it?
Yeah, the same people who write your RoboCop. And I mean, they wanted his show to go up against Regis and Kathy Lee, and it's not working out. It's obviously going to fail. And this now looks like a last-ditch effort.
Yeah, keep hammering away at Howard.
It's kind of pathetic because the guy was once sort of like part of the Hollywood elite and everything.
Yeah, he used to usher around Elizabeth Taylor.
Yeah, and now it's kind of sad.
Parties.
He's on Entertainment Tonight, challenging me to boxing matches. Because he doesn't have the wit to say anything intelligent. But anyway, so I was kind of curious. My mother called me up. She goes, "Are you going to be on Entertainment Tonight?" I said, "I don't know. What do you? My mother knows. She saw a promo, obviously, right. But they always act like they're fogged in. That's what happens when you get old. You can't say, 'Hey, I just saw a promo for you on.' My mother can't call up and go, I just saw a promo for you on TV, promoting the fact that you'll be on Entertainment Tonight. She can't say that. She always has to, everyone has to act. Is everyone so out of it?
I don't think they're out of it. This is a way of making conversation.
Yeah, but why not just say, hey, you're going to be on Entertainment Tonight. Just saw a promo for it. And then I would say, oh, okay, I'll tune it in.
But then, see, you don't talk to them. Now you have to explain, yes, Mother, they're going to do a piece on me with George Hamilton.
But my mother, you know, she watches TV. It's almost like she doesn't even understand what a promo is. Like
no, she does.
No, I'm telling you, she doesn't.
You're not giving her enough credit.
I wish she'd act like she had some brains. Are you going to be on this Entertainment Tonight? I said, well, I don't know. I seem to be on there every night. It seems to be the Howard Stern show now. For years, they wouldn't cover me. Now, every night they're on.
Right.
And now they just appear to take clips right off the radio program.
No asking permission or
nothing.
Anything. But they seem to have footage of the E! show, everything.
Yeah. Ever since my book came out, I did a few interviews with them, and now I guess they just feel like they should put me on every night. They pretty much chronicle my career. And I don't mind them chronicling my career, but at least use the good stuff that I do.
There's some interesting, just scenes of you, going to book signings and waving to the camera somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're doing.
Well, they're trying to use whatever they have in the story.
Guess, yeah.
All right, so what is this on tape to? So this is George Hamilton. It's kind of sad, actually, when you think about it.
Howard Stern pulls no punches when it comes to trash talk, and now Stern's outspokenness has George Hamilton fighting back.
I'm in a fight with George Hamilton. How funny is that? Stupid idiot who's known for tanning. Dummy. He's just a big, dumb bimbo.
Back.
Let me make it real clear to you, Howard Stern. I am challenging you to a boxing match.
In one corner, George Hamilton. His opponent, Howard Stern.
And Howard, you better get a real good cut, man.
The whole bout began last month when Stern sparred with George's co-host and ex-wife, Alana Stewart.
You guys would really like him if you met him.
I guarantee you I'd throw up on his feet. I'd probably throw up if I met him. You don't know me. I'm the anti-George Hamilton. Stern went on to take more jabs at George, but it was the way he talked to Alana that got Hamilton lacing up his gloves.
Little Let me tell you something, honey. George Hamilton's a big You better stand up and mean what you say.
No date has yet been set for the In the Ring Rumble, but so far the fight's only been over the airwaves.
Meet me and be ready.
Meet me.
Yeah. You want to prove it, man? You want to fight? I love boxing. Boxing gets rid of all the aggression, almost all of it, Howard.
For now, Stern's not sweating Hamilton's threats. He's busy with other stuff. He's reportedly trying to organize what he calls the Howard Stern Network. It would be radio stations coast to coast playing Howard and other shock jocks and music 24 hours a day.
How come John Tesh knows more about this network than I've revealed? It's not other shock jocks.
No, I didn't think so. I thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah, but I guess he's just assuming that's what the network would be. And it's not going to be music programming.
Well, I don't think John Tesh is assuming anything. That's what somebody wrote.
Yeah, somebody wrote it down and he's reading it. Entertainment Tonight is my promotional vehicle now. But it's pretty funny, George Hamilton. But, I wish they would have used the tape where I was talking about his tanning and stuff.
Yeah.
They were going to, So I got a couple of articles. Somebody did some research for us. And this is all about George Hamilton. And these are various articles that have been written about him over the years.
Ooh. And
it says he is known for his permanent tan and high-profile companions. Linda Bird Johnson. Now, what the hell was that about? Here's a guy who's like a good-looking Hollywood pretty boy. This guy's whole life, he's been sort of like a gigolo.
Yes.
He just hangs around with women. Now, Linda Bird Johnson's a very unattractive lady.
Well, she's just an average woman.
This is a guy who
Don't tell her she's ugly.
Here's a guy who dated some of the most beautiful women in Hollywood. I'm talking about Catherine Oxenberg and all these different models and stuff. But he takes on these poor pity cases because they're famous and they're powerful women, or they're related to power. Like Linda Bird Johnson, Imelda Marcos, the one person who raped the Filipino people. How can you be proud of your association with her? And Miss Elizabeth Taylor, who's about as vapid as a can of paint. He's furniture. And, this is a 5-page article, this first one I'm looking at. And all they can talk about is his tanning.
Right, and who he's been seen with his tan.
Anyway, in this article, by the way, they say he's 54 years old. In another article, they have him as 56, and he's got to be well into his 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah. 54. If he's 54, how am I catching up to him? By the way, Elizabeth Taylor said at the start of his new talk show, George will be brilliant.
Will be, but it hasn't happened.
Yeah. So, anyway, let me read you some facts about him, okay? This is what you were asking me. What does a guy like George Hamilton do all day, who has no career? George Hamilton is a busy man. Evidently, he has money, and that they don't go into how he got that.
Right. So how do you get money
if you have no
work?
George Hamilton is a busy man. Such is the fullness of his schedule that he must wonder where he ever found the time to make movies. Now listen to the guy's schedule. You ready?
Right.
He gets up at 6:15 a.m. He exercises a trampoline workout. He does sit-ups and push-ups. So he gets up and he exercises, okay? Mm-hmm. He showers. Listen to this.
That they put on the schedule.
Yeah, well, they got to fill up his day. Listen to this schedule. You got to hear this. This is pathetic.
Shower.
He showers. He shaves.
Whoa, shaving.
This is from an article. This is what it says. He gets dressed, then breakfast, because they probably said, well, what do you do all day?
And pretty much all day he does nothing.
And for breakfast he has 7-grain cereal and juice. Then he takes what is a staggering amount of vitamins. He takes 40 megavitamins 3 times a day.
Yeah, I've heard him talk about his vitamin regime.
Yeah, well, talk about a guy paranoid about losing his looks, because if he loses his looks, he has no life.
That's it.
I mean, that's his life. He has no thoughts. Look at this article. He gets up, he dresses himself.
He shaves himself.
He shaves himself and then eats breakfast.
He bounces on a trampoline.
Yeah, and he bounces up and down on a trampoline. Can you imagine if we ever had the time to do any of this?
Oh, I'd love his life.
Here's my life. I get up, I barely see America because I'm rushed into a studio. I do 5 hours of spontaneous material. I write for 2 hours afterwards, and then I'm off to a movie set to make a movie or to write a book.
You're so busy, you have to shave at night just before you go to bed because you can't fit it in the morning.
I shave once a week at night. I don't have time at night. I drop dead from exhaustion. No wonder this guy's challenging me to boxing matches. He must take boxing lessons or something.
Right.
All right, he does his trampoline workout, push-ups, shower, shave, gets dressed, breakfast, then he takes vitamins. They're filling up his day.
Yeah.
Then he reads the trade papers. Why, I don't know.
See what other people are doing.
Yeah, to read what others are doing while life passes him by. He reads the Hollywood Reporter and the Daily Variety.
All right.
Then he makes an hour of telephone calls.
Who's he calling?
Wrong to the vitamin store.
He's cold calling.
Because he runs out of vitamins every time he takes his mega dose. He has more free time than Christopher Reeve. Christopher Reeve is actually working on a book.
He's working harder.
Yeah. He does an hour of telephone calls, then he plays a game of tennis. And attends to investments. Well, he made money.
Right.
Yeah.
It attends to investments. That means he looks.
Right. And then, all right, so now you're building up to okay, now he has to get to work.
Now he's going to do something for real.
Right. And then comes that very special, very solemn part of the day. That moment when everything else stops, when the whole planet appears to fall still, the moment when George Hamilton pads out into the sun to do what he was born to do, what he does better than anyone else in the English-speaking world. He tans.
Now, we're talking about half the day is gone.
Yeah. And now it's tanning day.
And it's tan time.
It's tan time.
He hasn't done one damn thing yet.
No. Can you imagine his life? He's like a kept woman. Oh, it's pathetic. On those rare occasions when Hamilton is working, this is what it says in the article. Yeah. His contract stipulates that once a month he must be flown off to some warmer climate for emergency tanning. Imagine you're some blue-collar worker reading this thing. This guy's not even ashamed. He can tell you about different types of rays and angstroms, about UVA and UVB, melanocytes and keratoses, melanoma, anything to do with tanning. The guy can talk for hours. Basal cell carcinomas. He knows all about different skin cancers. The guy's probably insane.
And somebody thought he could do a talk show. After the years of this experience, he'd have something to say to somebody else.
Like he'd actually be in touch with something. They say that his ex-wife Alana used to complain that during a conversation, he would stick his head out the window to get a moment or two of sun. Like when you try to talk to him, he would stick his head out the window and suntan.
That is funny.
No wonder she had to leave.
Yeah.
She couldn't take the boredom.
Who could live with
Well,
that?
she says, I couldn't take the boredom. She met Rod Stewart at a party and ran off with him. She said the guy's like a dullard.
Well, what else is on his mind? Nothing.
Right.
You were absolutely right.
I need a thought. I know. I'll go look at my show business scrapbook. But it's only 2 pages. So
that can't take up very much time.
it won't take up much time. My head is so empty, I swear I hear an echo. Honey, could you move the car into the right lane? This truck is blocking my sun. He explains that the sun is direct energy. It's like plugging my battery in. It's not just the vanity of it. He doesn't do it to look good.
What does he need energy for?
He says, I have been now 30-something years in the sun almost every day. And if anybody should be a piece of parchment, it's me. My skin, though, is as smooth as anybody's who hasn't been in the sun. His secret is his own secret blend of suntan balm. Ingredients, aloe, vitamin E, germicide, PABA with a number 4 SPF, and resin from some variety of Egyptian reed. This guy's as vapid and empty as a human being can be.
Invented a tanning balm.
Yeah. Can you imagine his day? A day of tanning. Oh, my God, rain is in the forecast. What will I do after tennis? I might have to read a book.
He must go into a funk on those days.
Yeah, then they say, like, then when he goes to lunch at the St. James Club on Sunset, he sits and waves hello to all the pretty girls. That's his job. You know, he works the room. Working the room in the course of a busy exit, he swoops down upon a table of lunching women. All the girls are pretty girls. They look like Bond girls. He's kissing them. He's telling them how great they look. He compliments one on the 12 pounds she's lost. He's he's working the room for girls.
Yeah, he is a gigolo.
Yeah. Then they give a list of his film credits. All the Fine Young Cannibals. The Happy Hooker Goes to Washington.
Oh, my God.
And various other bombs. Well, you know, how does a guy learn how to act if he has no life experience or no thought?
He's never watched another human being do anything.
So it shows you, he's got Imelda Marcos, who he has to go hang with, for whatever reason, money or what other, to be near power. But then he dates chicks like Britt Eklund, Catherine Oxenberg.
Yeah, those are the real girls.
Yeah, those are the real girls. The other ones
The other ones he's working.
Yeah. Hamilton is famous for his habit of befriending tin pot dictators like ex-Philippine despot Ferdinand Marcos and his manly wife Imelda. That's where he really lays on the charm. Imelda's got a lot of cash, which of course he should have given to the Filipino people.
Well, it was for them.
Yeah.
Just somehow got clogged up somewhere.
We, the taxpayers, actually had to pay some of our money to the Filipino people. Unfortunately, they went into shoes. The Marcoses would visit George Hamilton at his home. He would escort her on her legendary shopping sprees. He would walk around, he'd be window dressing.
He'd shop with her.
Like a girl. Like 2 girls.
You know how men love to shop, so I'm sure he was really into it.
He talks fondly of the evening spent in the company of the Shah of Iran. Another despicable human being.
Yeah, look at the legacy he left.
Yeah, he left us with Muslim extremists, Islamic extremists, who are now, blowing up buildings.
Yeah.
Because he was such a despicable leader that the Islamic people went extreme. Yeah.
They went crazy.
Yeah. Look at his friends. He talks fondly about being at the Hotel Nacional the day Fidel Castro's brigade marched into Havana. So he probably was
that guy, that Batista guy, he liked him.
Yeah, he liked him too. Another guy who he hung out with some really great people, and he's proud of it. And He did Zorro, the Gay Blade. Doesn't want people to forget that either. And Evel Knievel. He made that movie, too. Yeah.
Anybody ever see any of these films?
But he doesn't dwell on the dinner theater and Shriner Auditorium appearances, but, you know, he has done promotional work for Soul Leather Council.
What?
The Soul Leather Council. At a particular low point in his life. I would say pretty much everything. Well, listen, he's having a lot of fun. I got to admit, I'm jealous of that. I'd like to just tan and play tennis.
And compliment girls all day.
Yeah, I don't know how you get work like that, but I would like it.
We're goofing on him.
Yeah, and we're goofing on him.
That's why you're angry at him.
Yeah. Let's see if I got any other good stuff about him. Okay, here's some more stuff about tanning.
I wish you would fight him, because he would never, you know, he can't afford to have that face hit.
I know. Imagine I accidentally connect with a punch. He says his tan is real. Like somebody was doubting
Yeah,
it.
is anybody saying that it's not?
He does admit that he sometimes uses an auto bronzer developed by researchers for the CIA to make his skin darker. Because he wants, you know, sometimes he needs even darker skin. He uses a bronzer sometimes. And because the CIA needed it for some of their operatives who were working in Caribbean climates. They stuck out like sore thumbs.
Right.
Can you imagine? Like he's researched it.
Ralph says that he goes on QVC selling this line of products.
Yeah.
And people call up and he's like a doctor.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah, he's advising people to go out in the sun.
And Ralph says he's got a whole line that's like exfoliators and like after tan products.
Yeah, it's pathetic is what it is. Selling people suntan equipment.
It's lotion.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
All it is a bunch of different lotions.
And listen to this guy. He's worried about his ex-wife's honor. Listen to how he thinks of women. He has dated lots of they list all the good-looking women he dated, but he says he's dated enchanting women, but not in the same gift-giving league as Imelda Marcos, who apparently indulged Hamilton generously.
What did he have to do for that, I wonder?
Oh, I would love to interview this guy. Let him come on the show. We'll box after I interview him. I'd love to know.
How do you open Imelda's purse strings?
Yeah, how do you feel no pangs of guilt as this woman heaps money on you meant for Filipino starving people? How do you do that?
Do you notice those rabble who are hanging outside with no clothes on their backs?
If I was him,
you leave the palace with their money?
This is a guy I would keep quiet. You know, I would keep quiet if I was him. Just sit there and suntan. That's what you're good at. He goes, I dated 4 different girls at all times for all different reasons. In other words, like one could give him gifts, one could give him sex. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was trying to assemble the perfect woman without having a marriage. Isn't that nice?
Like he needs a perfect woman.
Like here's a guy who thinks so highly of himself that, you know, God forbid he gets in an auto accident.
The perfect woman.
He'll find, you know what? He'll find any woman who's perfect if he was born with an ugly face.
Right.
I mean, I'd rather have an ugly face and never once have taken a gift from Imelda Marcos, okay? I'm happy with my face.
Well, you got that.
Yeah. I've done it. I've achieved that.
You have got
I've got an ugly face and... He says, I was dead up front with it with the women. I'm very old-fashioned. I like a certain style of life. I don't pretend to be faithful. I will date you, and you date me until you find the right guy. But until the right guy comes along, I'm a pretty good substitute. Isn't he a lovely guy? That's a chivalrous man.
Yeah, it's a great guy who thinks about women's honor.
Yeah. Yeah, I need 4 women at a time, so maybe I could get one decent one out of it.
No, you know what he's saying? I'm so rotten that one woman is not going to put up with me. I got to keep 4 on a string at all times. I'll have somebody.
And the only reason he's rotten is because he can get away with it.
Yeah, and you know, he's the same type of guy who when he's 109 years old, he'll latch on to one 30-year-old because that's all he can keep up with.
Yeah, like Imus. Latch on to that young girl with the breast implant.
Yeah, and be, this is the love of my life. Now I really know what love is.
Yeah. I love her. Yeah, you can barely get up and walk to the bathroom on your own.
Right. I waited for her my whole life.
You old fart. You old disgusting fart. She has to lay in the bed with you. I don't know if she has breast implants, but
I don't even
yeah, right. Anyway,
I don't know anything about her. Isn't it?
Yeah, nor do we wish to. That's her nightmare. She ought to write a book.
That's right. Don't even want to know what her life is.
Yeah. Melda Marcos. Anyway, so now George Hamilton says he goes, I look at you, Grant, and I think that's the kind of thing I always wanted to do.
What? Go with hookers?
I don't know, like be in those kind of movies, but nobody wanted him for those movies.
Funny.
Yeah, that's
he can't act.
He doesn't get it. He's a bore. He thinks he's funny. He thinks, he just looks. He goes, well, I'm better looking than you, Grant. Why aren't I like doing that? I'm tanner than him.
He thinks because he's good looking, he can do everything. He's funny.
Yeah.
He can act.
Well, if you ever meet good-looking chicks, like penthouse chicks, they think they're the world's wittiest people because everybody hangs on their every word. But you can understand they're hanging on their every word because they're mesmerized.
Not hanging on any words. They can't even hear them.
That's right. The words make... I hang around with a lot of strippers and stuff. When they're talking, I'm paying attention to everything. I'm totally engrossed. As soon as they lose their looks, I don't know what they're talking about. They're bores.
Tell the truth. You're going, at the appropriate moment.
Yeah.
You're looking at their breasts.
So George Hamilton, like a good-looking woman, is sitting there going, I don't understand why I'm not you, Grant. I'm a good-looking...
Everybody laughs at my jokes. Everybody tells me how funny and witty I am.
Imelda Marcos thinks I'm a genius. Yeah, well, Imelda Marcos barely understands English.
Not everybody can make that woman laugh.
Yeah, you try and make that woman laugh. You stupid ass. You dummy. What a dumb fart he is. The George and Alana show is still afloat, even though it is ranked among the lowest of the season's new talk shows.
Do you know they also got one, I don't even know which tabloid it is, but now they're giving advice to people?
Yeah, well, they don't know what to do with that. They just ought to take it off the air and admit their mistake.
But how could either one of them? She's famous, and all she knows how to do is marry rich guys.
Yeah.
And he runs around with Imelda Marcos. They're going to tell some average person who writes in how to solve their personal problems.
Yeah. Dear George Hamilton, I'm low on money. What should I do? You should do what I did. Why don't you contact one of these third world nations we give tons of money to and hang around with the leader? Thank you.
And charm his wife.
And charm his wife. Dear Mr. Marcos, I've been in the... dear Mr... that's interesting. Dear Mr. Hamilton. We should call him Mr. Marcos. Let's call him...
Yeah, George Marcos.
George Marcos. Dear Mr. Marcos. George Hamilton. What should I do? My husband has left me, and 2 of my kids committed suicide. I'm feeling at the end of my rope. What is your advice? I advise 2 simple words. Get tan. Whenever I'm feeling low, I tan. Thank you. Yes, tan or make friends with, a third world dictator.
Those are 2 things he knows.
Yeah. Yeah. I have no friends. Dear Mr. Hamilton, I have no friends. What should I do? Call Liz Taylor. She's the best friend a man could ever have. You name the question, George Hamilton can answer it. We got to take a break. We'll be back right after these words.
Nigga, 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 let's die. Nigga, 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 let's...
That part.
Nigga, nigga, nigga.